Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for all signs for the full moon on the 18th of January 2022. This is a full moon in Cancer, the wolf moon. So let's find out what all of this energy is about. I think we've got an idea of what the energy is about because of the lead up to it. The last 2 days, especially in the energy updates, it's pretty much preempted what this is all about. Full moons are about letting go of stuff. And in the last 2 days, check out those energy updates because there's a lot of insecurity and fears that have come up, and I feel that this is what it's all about. But let's see in the cards, shall we? So I've got a live show 3 times a week here on YouTube called Psychic Cafe. Love to see you in there. In that I do general channeling. A lot is about divine masculine, divine feminine, about twin flames coming together and what's going on there. So if you're interested in that stuff, come along. I also give mini reads in there though. So if you're interested in a mini read, trying me out, or you've got a burning question, just want a mini read, come along in there. It's my donations for those. If you're interested in a private reading with me, they're available from my website, behealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below and also one up there. I get them done within 48 hours of you ordering them. I've got limited availability. And so if you find that they're all sold out, just check back 24 hours, 48 hours later. Keep on checking until you find one. I do make them available regularly, but they are all selling out lately. So you're just going to have to be fast when you see them. Remember that I'm in Bangkok time zone, so if I'm making some available, it tends to be first thing in my morning or in the evening for me. So anyway, let's find out what this full moon is all about. What is it all about? It's a bringer of change. That's a good thing. So whatever it is that we're letting go of, it's going to bring about change. Good. What else? What else is this full moon all about? Mischief. It could be the monkey mind. And wild. Oh, it's going to be one of those ones. One of those full moons that is a bit wild. Everyone going a bit crazy. Watch out. So if we're talking about fears and insecurities, yes, it can make people crazy. So really be careful. Maybe lay low for this one. Sort things out within your own mind. It could be one of those kind of best to hermit away kind of a full moons. Unless you like that crazy energy and get out there and get amongst in the fray. Tell us more. 9 of Wands. Yeah, here we've got the wounded warrior. You see the look on her face there. She's got 9 wands. She's built 8 of them into a fence. She's got the other one in her hand, and she's about to hit anyone that comes near her on the head. This is a wounded person who, because they're wounded, they're easily triggered. They put the defenses up. They're actually pushing away things that they actually want, people coming toward them that they actually want, because they're imagining that there's other stuff going on, wounded like that. Doesn't surprise me that that's come out. I've been talking about it the last 2 days in the energy updates. What else? The hermit. Hermit away. Already feeling it. That's the best line of action, and sort out what's going on inside of you. This is an internal work kind of a full moon for sure. I mean, that wolf moon, it was reminding me, the naming of it was reminding me of like the hungry ghosts, of things that bug us, the little devil on our shoulder telling us that we're worthless, that we're not going to get it, and who we're refooling and all of that kind of stuff. The high priestess, though, very intuitive time. Could be, for that inner work. What else? Rushing headlong into a completion of a cycle so that a new cycle can start. And that's what we have the full moon for, right? It's what needs to end. So what needs to be released? What do we need to let go of so that we can have this new cycle? And this is like speeding into that. So there's no avoiding this time is what I'm getting. No avoiding it. Like, you're going to have to face this. Things could happen where it's shoved in your face. You're going to need to face it. Eek. It's like things need to be let go of or else kind of an energy. 9 of Wands. So here we have the wounded warrior. So you might be reminded of old wounds that you've got. You could be feeling insecure, triggered, wounded. It might just be in your mind, just the way that you're taking something. Could be making up stories in your mind and tripping you out about that. 4 of Inspiration, and it's not this. It's when we're like that, we don't have those solid foundations. The 4 of Inspiration. We're not a good person person to partner up with. We're not a good person to give a job to. We're not stable. We haven't got those firm foundations. The four of inspiration is like the legs on a table. It's solid, it's solid, firm foundations. That's why it can be the card of marriage too, is because you've got a whole person who is stable, sorting themselves out. They're not tripping themselves out. They're not easily triggered. They've healed themselves. Coming together with another person that's like that, you've got a very solid connection there. And if you don't have that, if you've got wounded people coming together, then I can't say that. It's an S show, is what the guys just said. Then it's an S show. So some of you are trying to manifest something solid in your lives with solid foundations, a relationship, work, a business, that kind of thing. But you're not solid in yourself. And if you're not solid in yourself, it's not going to go well. That's what's coming up. This full moon is what is triggering you. It's going to be a lot of triggered people. You could be one of them, but it's a window of awareness into what it is that needs healing, so that you're not insecure. Psychic development, like the high priestess there. So it's a window of opportunity, of awareness to see what it is. And a lot of the time, wounded people can go, well, the world just needs to change. If the world will just change, then I won't get triggered anymore. And it's the world's problem, not my problem. And it's not. And you might, if you've had a lot to heal, if you've got a lot to heal, like I had a lot to heal, you might think, well, everyone should be wounded and everyone's like this and there's no end to it. And I know that that's not true, because I've got to the point now where I'm not sensitive like that. And I thought it was just a part of my personality that I was sensitive like that. I've got a gift. I know that. I'm sensitive in that way, but I'm not sensitive to other things anymore. Like, I'm not easily hurt by people and all of that stuff. In fact, very rarely now. And it's not because I've become really good at, meditating and disassociating from it. It's not that. I can face things now and I can stand up for myself, and I'm like solid in myself now, and I love myself. And it's very, very difficult for people to trigger me now because of it. And I never thought that was possible. I thought I was always going to be this sensitive person, and that's the way it was. And when I was like that, when I was the wounded warrior like that, I would get myself into relationships with other wounded people too, thinking that they were the best of people. People that are into spirituality and into healing and stuff like that. The wounded ones, I stay well away from them now. No way I'd have a relationship with one now. And I recognize it by looking back. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, but you have to do the healing work to get there, to get those solid foundations in yourself. That's what this full moon is all about. It's about showing you what is inside of you that still needs healing here. It's those hungry ghosts. It's especially the stuff that's going on in your mind. It's the stories. The Hermit, the Sun. So, in other words, to have the best time of this, the happiest time of this, is lay low. Like, don't bring other people into this, because this is your story. Around this full moon, this energy. It's not about anyone else. It's not about them changing. It's a bringer of change in you. What are these cards? Wild and mischief. Oh, because, projection will be going on. You might be tempted to project yourself and say, no, it's not me. It's not my wounding. It's them and what the rest of the world is doing. It's not my problem that I'm being triggered. It's what everyone else is doing, and it's just never the case. What's behind this? So you're going to have the happiest time of it by laying low and then emotional release and letting those feelings out, of feeling it. So we're wounded. Like, this planet, it's crazy. It's like, whoa, yes, we're wounded. Like, who has managed to get through this life without being wounded? I don't think anybody, right? So, and it's real. And there's emotions behind that, yes, and we need to honor that. Shit has happened to us. It has, and it's hurt us, and we need to feel that, and we need to let it out. And you've heard, right? You got to feel it to heal it. We have to acknowledge that it's there. There's a reason that I said, and I've healed myself, and it's not that I've just become really good at disassociating, because there's so many of the mainstream spiritual teachers out there that are saying, just meditate all the time, disassociate. Get to the point where you can meditate and have kittens playing around you and be like nonplussed by it. No one wants to be like that. We want to live life to the fullest and have rich emotions and feel really good in life, not just get to the point that we're really good at numbing ourselves without drugs. That's not spirituality. It's a way to soothe ourselves, though, and you might be in need of soothing. Yeah, you might be in need of soothing this full moon as well with these gnarly energies going on. So that's why the Hermit's out. But let it be about the emotional release, the acceptance that you're wounded, and the emotional release behind that. Because, ouch, it does hurt. The High Priestess, intuition. Why have we got the High Priestess here? I'm going to have to go again. I can't take all of those, there's too many. Why have we got the High Priestess here? Just the Ten of Emotions, it was that one. Okay, the Ten of Emotions. So, your ultimate fulfillment, your happily ever after, is riding on this. The universe is trying to show you the way to get to that point. Now, if we're talking about a relationship or anything that requires a solid foundation, which is anything really, you have to be that solid foundation first. You have to be like self-loving and happy in yourself first before you can get any of that good stuff in. High Priestess is saying, like, use your intuition on that, because your higher self and the universe is trying to get you to this point of ultimate satisfaction and fulfillment. You're happily ever after, and it's laying the path in front of you. And as much as we don't want it to be, we don't want the lessons to be gnarly like this, we don't want it to be us being triggered. How else can the universe show you what needs to be healed without triggering you again, without putting you in those situations again when you get triggered, for you to see it clearly? It can't. There's no nice way of doing it. It's not going to like put a rose-scented letter through your doorstep saying, your issue is this. No. It's going to slam your face down in the dirt. And this is what it is. Feel it and then heal it. So use your intuition. Inner journey. Yes, it's an inner journey, inner healing journey. So the world, the Chariot, you're running headlong into this letting go process. I don't think there's going to be any avoiding this. You need to look back in the past and reminisce to find out where that wounding has come from. No avoiding it anymore. And we want to avoid it. Our ego wants to avoid it. Our mind doesn't want to go back there, not to that painful stuff. This is why you've got to feel it. We do have to go back there to heal it. And you can do that with help as well. You can get a therapist, a counselor, that kind of thing. That can be really helpful. You don't have to go it alone. But you are going to have to go back there to those original memories, to what happened at first that made you feel like that caused you to be triggered in the first place. Feminine energy and receive. Be sure to receive it too. So, in other words, you can get help on this. And I would highly advise it. Like, my healing really got going once I got a counselor. It was just the best thing I ever did. Because it fast tracks, if someone is helping you out that has done it before. This is why I do what I do, because I've done it for myself and I know what a massive difference it makes in people's lives, in my life. I'll pass it on, and I love playing with cards too, so this is the way that I do it. Because it's most fun for me to do it this way, through videos. And private readings, not so much. It's not as fun doing private readings for me as it is doing these videos. So I hope this is helping you out. Drop a comment below if it is helping you out. Love hearing from you. Share my videos as well, if you'd like to. What's going on in our love lives then during this full moon in Cancer? Cancer? Yeah. Let your fears dissolve is the card. I went through it and I found it before. Let your fears dissolve is what that deck says it's all about. Power. You Excuse me. You instinctively know what's right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Some of you might need to take space from a partner or from the love scene or whatever at the moment. You might have arranged a date or something like that. It's not the best day to go on a date in and around this time. 2 days either side, 2 or 3 days either side is when we have these energies. Some of you might need to walk away from a situation. You might need to be the one that empowers yourself and says no to a situation before they reject you, kind of thing. Or just give yourself a time out. Take your power in a situation anyway. What else? I don't believe it was those cards. Let me go again. Oh no, it was. It was the top card of those. Lighten up. Lighten up. Easier said than done, right? When you're triggered. Just lighten up. Just calm down. Oh, really? About a love situation. You might need to take it lighter. Especially for those that have been dating someone not too serious yet, or shouldn't be too serious yet. Let's put it that way. I need to lighten up about it. There's differences going on here. Differences in what? Differences in the effort being made. So some of you are pouring all of these hearts and flowers, putting a lot of effort into a relationship, and the other person isn't making any effort at all. And that could be what is triggering you here. Why are you making so much effort? Relationships, it's got to be two solid people kind of thing. And so you've got to be solid in that. If that's you, why would you be doing that? That's not a solid person that does that. A solid person doesn't let someone come and bludge off them, or a solid person isn't willing to put in more than someone else. A solid person isn't willing to put up with all kinds of crap in relationships, have strong boundaries and say no to it. So some of you need to do that, is say no. Friendship, let's just be friends instead. And maybe not even that, because if they're not putting effort in, they're not going to put effort in, even to a friendship. So you might not want to be friends with them either. Or for some people, this could be someone who you already said no to the relationship, but you're kind of still friends with them and still not making an effort. And you need to end that. So it doesn't matter whether this is in our love lives or family or anything. If someone's not making an effort, if it's not reciprocal relationship, it's not a relationship. There needs to be equal investment on both sides, equal effort on both sides. What else have we got around this full moon? We've got the Lovers. So it could be a kind of a light kind of a relationship. The Lovers card can mean that. Specialness. Oh, nice. You're special too, and you deserve that. So those of you that are not getting that and not being treated like you're special, ditch it. Ditch it. You deserve better than that. Work on yourself instead to get this like stability within yourself, self-love and all of that, so that you'll expect the very best. Healing. Yeah, and this isn't about healing relationships. This is about healing you so that you can be healthy in a healthy relationship. It's very different. This isn't about patching up a relationship and making it work. We can't do that. We've got to heal ourselves. It's the only way. And then choose someone that's also healed too. So we've got a broken wishbone here. A wish will not be granted. Blocks. I mean, there's just impediments to this. If you're not stable, you're not going to get what it is that you want. Could be in your career, this. So we're not just talking about relationships here. This could be about career and feeling insecure and having worries about that, and not, expecting the best in your career, and not, and just working for anyone kind of thing, being treated in any kind of way. Someone's behaving stupidly, and I think this is going to be a lot of people over this full moon. These are gnarly energies. There's going to be a lot of projection, which is when we've got pain inside of ourselves, but we're pointing the finger at everyone else. No, it's you. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's what you're doing. It's not me. It's that kind of thing. So we might all be behaving stupidly this full moon. Spiritual love is here now. So I'm getting from this is like the universe loving us through, showing us these things. Rat. Someone's working behind your back. It's going to feel like that. Someone working against you behind your back. It's going to feel like that, but really it's the universe loving on us to show us these things. Yikes! What a full moon. So think of a yes or no answer question, because I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag. I'll pull one of them out very shortly to get your answer. This is just a bit of fun because this is a general reading, don't forget. If you want me to pull one of those red or green crystals out for you for a particular question that you've got, for a definitive yes or no answer, and also for me to pull some cards out to give you clarity on all of that, then come along to my Psychic Cafe show. I can do that for you. I can also use them that's for donations in there. It's not a free thing. I don't work for free. And I can use them in a private reading as well. So if you want a private reading, book in. There's a link in the description box below, and also one up there. They're in limited availability, so you need to keep on checking back if they're all sold out. But once you've booked in, click on the Contact Us page. You can put your questions in there for your reading, or you can just leave it open for your higher self to tell you whatever it wants to tell you. So how best to deal with these energies? today, this full moon. King of Wands. This is interesting. I'm surprised these two cards have come out. King of Wands. The King of Wands energy is like being in charge of it, knowing what it is that you want, setting out on that path. Like, I'm going to get this no matter what, and being tenacious in that. It's like it's time to heal yourself now, really. And if you're not, if like I said, some of you might think, as I did in the past, that it's just an ongoing thing. That and it is kind of an ongoing thing. There's a few like little bits that come up for me now, but hardly anything compared to what it was before. I'm not the same person. I'm not the same person as I was before. I'm not sensitive and easily triggered and all that. And you don't need to be either. But there's work to put in, and you need to be up for it. And the King of Wands is up for it. King of Wands knows what he wants, and he goes for it. And he's willing to do whatever it takes to get there. You need to be like that. You need to be tenacious in it. You need to be like a dog with a bone kind of thing, and not letting it go and persist with it, because this is gnarly work. We're talking about emotional release, and then facing things and looking back in the past to those the real places we don't want to go. Maybe getting help as well. That could be triggering to a lot of people as well, because when we're wounded, we tend to not trust anyone. Look at the world. Look at the way that wounded people are reacting to what's going on in the world at the moment, with all the conspiracy theories, pointing the finger at anyone else, saying the rest of the world is a problem. It's not me. I'm not scared. No. It's the rest of the world that's a problem. It's tricky, and the shadow work to do, and it's work, but I'll tell you what, it's worth it. So you'll need to be tenacious in that. Two of Cups. The love of your life is riding on this. It really is. If you are wanting a healthy relationship or a healthy anything, it's all riding on this. This might be the biggest call in the energies to healing that I've ever experienced in my readings, and I've been doing this for 22 years now. This is the most serious call to healing. Sort this stuff out, which makes sense because it's Cancer, and Cancer is like the healing, right? The inner work, the healing, and all of that. So whoa, watch out, but do it. I can highly recommend it. So think of a yes or no answer question now. Pause the video if you're not ready. Hold that question in your mind. The answer is no. It's the ruby. Don't do it. There you go. Now you know. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment. What is this all about for you? What has this brought up for you? Share your stories, share your experiences. It could help someone else out that's reading them as well. And it helps my channel out too. Thank you to all my subscribers for your ongoing support of my channel. You're all very much appreciated. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider clicking that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there. I do one of these daily energy updates every single day of the year for the collective. I do 3 pick a card reads a week, and I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show, which I'd love to see you in. As I said, I usually go into any energies that are about at the time, a lot of it has been about the divine masculine, divine feminine, about getting into healthy relationships. So if you're interested in not just healthy relationships, but the best of the best relationships, if you're interested in that, come along to that, and would love to give you a mini reading there as well. So have the best day ever, have the best full moon ever. I don't think it will be, but we can always hope, hey? And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.